Hello, I am Dr. K.K. Misra from R Classes. I welcome you all to my channel R Classes. This is multiple choice questions on legal aspects of business part 2. This video tutorial is useful for UG and PG students, those who have to write their examinations which are to be held very soon. Now come to the question. Question number 1. A minor, by misinterpreting his age, borrows some money. Options are A. He can be sued for the fraud. B. He cannot be sued for the fraud. C. He is liable to return the money. D. None of the above. Correct option is B. He cannot be sued for the fraud. Question number 2. A minor enters into a contract for the purchase of certain necessaries. In such case, options are A. He is not personally liable to pay. B. He is not liable to pay. C. His estate is liable to pay. D. His guardian is liable to pay. Correct option is C. His estate is liable to pay. Now, question number 3. A person is usually of sound mind, but occasionally of sound mind. Dash. A. He may enter into a contract when he is of sound mind. B. He may not make a contract even when he is of sound mind. C. He cannot enter into a contract at all. D. None of the above. Correct option is A. He may enter into a contract when he is of sound mind. Now, question number 4. A contract by an idiot is, options are A. Voidable, B. Enforceable, C. Invalid, D. Void ab initio. Correct option is D. Void ab initio. Question number 5. Contracts made before war with an alien enemy which are against public policy are, options are A. Suspended and are revived after the war is over. B. Dissolved. C. Not affected at all. D. Void ab initio. Correct option is B. Dissolved. Question number 6. The contractual capacity of a company is regulated by, options are A. Its Memorandum of Association and the provisions of the Companies Act 1956. B. The terms of contract entered into with a third party. C. Its Articles of Association. D. Its prospectus. Correct option is A. Its Memorandum of Association and the provisions of the Companies Act 1956. Question number 7. The case of Mohri Bibi versus Dharmodas Ghosh 1903 deals with, options are A. Communication of offer, B. Communication of acceptance, C. A minor's agreement, D. Fraud, E. A lunatics agreement. Correct option is C. A minor's agreement. Question number 8. Flaw in a capacity to contract may arise from, options are A. Want of consideration, B. Unsoundness of mind, C. Illegality of object, D. Uncertainty of object. Correct option is B. Unsoundness of mind. Now move to next. Now question number 9. Where consent is caused by fraud or misinterpretation, the contract is, options are A. Voidable at the option of the aggrieved party, B. Void, C. Enforceable, D. Not affected in any manner. Correct option is A. Voidable at the option of the aggrieved party. Now question number 10. Were both the parties to an agreement or under a mistake as a matter of fact essential to the agreement is, options are A. Void, B. Voidable, C. Illegal, D. Not affected at all. Correct option is A. Void. Question number 11. Merely because a contract was caused by one of the parties to it being under a mistake as to a matter of fact, it is not, options are A. Voidable, B. Void, C. Affected at all, D. None of the above. Correct option is A. Voidable. Question number 12. Consent given to a contract under some misinterpretation by the other party makes the contract. Options are A. Void, B. Invalid, C. Enforceable, D. Voidable. Correct option is D. Question number 13. When a person positively asserts that a fact is true when his information does not warrant it to be so, though he believes it to be true. There is options are A. Misinterpretation, B. Fraud, C. Undue influence, D. Coercion. Correct option is A. Misinterpretation. Question number 14. Fraud exists when it is shown that a false representation has been made. Options are A. Knowingly, B. Unknowingly, C. Unintentionally, D. Recklessly, not caring whether it is true or false. Correct option is D. Recklessly, not caring whether it is true or false. Question number 15. A mere attempt at deceit by a party to a contract. Options are A is not fraud unless the party is actually deceived. B is fraud whether the other party has been deceived or not. C amounts to misinterpretation. D none of the above. Correct option is A is not fraud unless the other party is actually deceived. Question number 16. When consent to an agreement is obtained by undue influence, the agreement is a options are A. Contract voidable at the option of the party whose consent was so obtained, B. Void contract, C. Valid contract, D. Void agreement. Correct option is A. Contract voidable at the option of the party whose consent was so obtained. Now move to next slide. Question number 17. Which of the following relationships raise presumption of undue influence? Options are A. Landlord and tenant, B. Parent and child, C. Doctor and patient, D. Husband and wife, E. Fiancé and fiancée, F. Creditor and debtor. In fact, in this case, there are number of options given. So all the options, because it has been knowingly written that any option may be given to you. So the correct options here are, parent and child, or doctor and patient, or even fiancé and fiancée. All the three are correct. Question number 18. If there is error in cause, the contract is, options are A. Void, B. Voidable, C. Valid, D. Illegal. Correct option is B. Voidable. Question number 19. If there is error in consensus, the agreement is, options are A. Void, B. Voidable, C. Void, D. Illegal, E. Not affected at all. Correct option is A. Void. Question number 20. If there is a unilateral mistake as regards identity of a part caused by fraud of the other party, the contract is, options are A. Void, B. Voidable, C. Valid, D. Illegal. Correct option is B. Voidable. Question number 21. If there is a fraudulent misinterpretation as to the contents of a document, the contract is, options are A. Void, B. Voidable, C. Valid, D. Illegal. Correct option is B. Voidable. Question number 22. If there is a fraudulent misinterpretation as to the character of a document, the contract is, options are A. Void, B. Voidable, C. Valid, D. Illegal. Correct option is A. Void. Question number 23. The case of Cundy versus Lindsay 1878 deals with, options are A. Coercion, B. Undue influence, C. Mistake to the nature of transaction, D. Mistake as regards identity. Correct option is D. Mistake as regards identity. Question number 24. A promise made without the intention of performing it amounts to, options are A. Innocent misinterpretation, B. Fraud, C. Negligent misinterpretation, D. Wrongful misinterpretation. Correct option is B. Fraud. Question number 25. The unlawful detention of any party of a person to obtain his consent to a contract amounts to, options are A. Misinterpretation, B. Fraud, C. Undue influence, D. Coercion. Correct option is D. Coercion. Question number 26. The collateral transactions to an illegal agreement are, options are A. Void, B. Legal, C. Voidable, D. Not affected at all. Correct option is B. Illegal. Question number 27. An agreement made with an alien enemy is, options are A. Unlawful on the ground of public policy, B. Unlawful because it becomes difficult to be performed, C. Valid, D. Voidable. Correct option is A. Unlawful on the ground of public policy. Question number 28. A person enters into an agreement whereby he is bound to do something which is against his public or professional duty. The agreement is, options are A. Void on the ground of public policy, B. Valid, C. Voidable, D. Illegal. Correct option is A. Void on the ground of public policy. Question number 29. Regulation as to the opening and closing of business in the market are, options are A. Not unlawful even if they are in restraint of trade, B. Unlawful because they are in restraint of trade, C. Void, D. Not violate. Correct option is A. Not unlawful even if they are in a restraint of trade. Question number 30. An employee, by the terms of his service agreement, is prevented from accepting a similar engagement after the termination of his service. The restraint, options are A. Valid, B. Void, C. Illegal, D. Unenforceable. Correct option is B. Void. So this was all about this video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it and this will be definitely beneficial for you. If you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe and press the bell button. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.